Welcome! We're excited to present Mobile Engage in-app messaging to you. Mobile Engage in-app allows you to display messages to your users within your mobile application. You can effectively react to user behavior, drive attention to particular places in the app, provide relevant information, give rewards, or promote purchases. Let's see how to use in-app through a use case of motivating new app users to make a purchase. Dave installed your app recently and has visited product pages but didn't buy yet. You'd like to motivate him to purchase with an incentive. To do that, we'll create an in-app overlay campaign and use it in an interactions program. First, I navigate to the Mobile Engage In-App Messages tab and click Create In-App Message. There are different campaign types. Overlays display messages with call-to-action buttons over the screen, like pop-ups. Inline campaigns appear in a predefined screen section within the app content. Use these, for example, to display behavior-triggered promos without interrupting the user. On-event actions allow you to control the screen flow of the app without displaying messages. Use these, for example, to trigger your app rating feature after a purchase. I pick Overlay. Then I set the name and choose the application. For the recipient source, I can select Broadcast to send the message to all contacts, Audience Segment to target specific segments. Enable the Update Audience checkbox to ensure that the segment contains the most up-to-date list of contacts. Otherwise, the campaign will be sent to the contacts in the segment the last time it was run. Push Message to display in-app messages triggered by a linked push message. This option is available for overlay and on-event action campaigns. To include my in-app overlay in an automation program, I choose Audience, No Segment, Empty Audience. I can enable device-level filtering to limit the message delivery. For example, targeting only iOS users. Once everything is set, I move to Content Creation. On the left, you see predefined templates categorized into groups, each with multiple layout options. For inline campaigns, you can either use a template with title and text or with a button. For on-event action campaigns, you add the event that will happen when the campaign is received. For my overlay campaign, I select this template. On styles, you can customize the look and feel of your message. I change the background color and opacity and modify the button color. With language, you can create versions for each device language. In the preview, I change the picture and modify the message that helps to motivate the user to make their first purchase. Before I set my call to action, let's look at the different button types. Application Event allows you to react to locally defined app events like rating shopping experiences. Deep Link is a special application event that directs users to a dedicated place in your app, like a customer's wish list. Custom Event triggers a specific event you have defined reacting to a user's action. For example, a user clicks on an in-app message, which triggers a custom event and sends an email to the user. Open External URL leads users to a link in the mobile browser app. Request Push Permission opens a dialog to ask the user for their permission to receive push messages. Close and Close with Click shut the in-app message. Close with Click will also appear in your reporting. Copy to Clipboard copies any value with the click of this button, for example, a voucher code. I select Deep Link and add the URL. I'd like to have a German version as well. I select German from the drop-down and paste the translation in the preview. Now I can send a test message. Looks good. Let's schedule my campaign. If your recipient source is set to push message, you have to activate your message on the scheduling page. In my case, I need to choose when to trigger my message. I have three options. When the user starts the app, when a custom event happens, like the user visiting a specific page, or it can be triggered by a push message. The trigger for inline campaigns is the View ID, which needs to be matched with View ID implemented on the app. I select when user starts the app. In frequency settings, you set how often a user can see your message, a specific or unlimited number of times. In this case, you can decide what happens after the user interaction, either continue delivering pause the campaign for a certain time, or stop showing it. I want to show my message once. Finally, I set the campaign running time and launch the in-app overlay. If you change your mind, you can cancel scheduled launches. Remember that canceling a launched campaign is irreversible, so you must copy your campaign if you want to edit or relaunch it later. Now I navigate to the Automation Overview page and edit the program. Then I select the previously created message in the Mobile In-App Add and Remove nodes and activate the program. If you need to edit the content, scheduling settings, and time frame, you can always edit your running campaign, but you cannot cancel this campaign while your program is active. To do that, you need to replace it in the Program node or pause the program. Now back to the In-App Message Overview page. Message details such as internal name, recipient source, and status are shown here. You can edit the language versions, check the individual reporting, edit the message and its settings, copy, or delete it. You might want to hide your finished and canceled in-app messages. I set priority to 1 as my new campaign is the most important one for users targeted with multiple campaigns. Let's look at the reporting page. Once you select the time frame, you see the number of targeted contacts, impressions, and the number of clicks. If your in-app is connected to push campaigns, you can also check the performance here. The donut charts visualize impressions and clicks. Below, you can check the button click distribution. The line graphs display the metrics for untargeted and targeted contacts, impressions, and clicks. Lastly, I navigate to the Dashboard tab to see the overall in-app impressions for a selected period. And that's how Mobile Engage in-app messaging works. Thank you for your attention.